Today's class is a 15-minute seated stretch, deep stretch and twist class. So we're actually going to start on our shins today. From seated on your shins, you're just going to tuck all 10 toes under, sit back on your heels for toes pose. We're just going to be here for 5 breaths, stretching the bottoms of our feet. So stack your shoulders over your hips, reach through the crown of your head. Take a deep inhale and let it go through your mouth. Release your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Close your eyes for 3 more breaths. Come forward onto your hands. Give your feet a little bit of a tap. And then separate your feet so you can sit your hips now between your heels. You can roll your calves out of the way. If this is too much for your knees, you can sit on a block or a book. You can stay here upright. This is a great stretch for your knees and the tops of your legs and your shins. Or if you'd like to, you can recline, taking your hands behind your feet, or maybe coming down onto your elbows. Maybe coming down onto your back. This pose is called Hero's Pose. It's feeling like a little much for me today, so I'm going to stay propped on my forearms and just breathe deeply here. Last full breath, whatever variation you're in Hero's Pose. Complete your exhale and then come back up onto your hands. Work your shoulders over your hips. We're going to take half hero, half lotus twist. So you're going to bring your right foot to your left hip, your right knee down toward the floor. If this is too much in half lotus pose, you can always just rest your foot to your inner thigh on the floor, so like that. And then you're going to twist to the right, looking out over your right shoulder. Take your left hand to your right knee and take your right hand, maybe reach it around for your toe if you're in half lotus. And of course, if you're not, or you don't want to reach for your toe, just rest your hand on the floor behind your hip. Breathe deeply here. Complete your exhale. Release from your twist. Extend your right leg out in front of you onto your mat. If the left leg is feeling too much pressure holding half hero pose, same thing on this side. You can bring your left foot to your right inner thigh. So your choice here, you want to stretch, but you don't want any pain. So choose the variation that works for you. Lift your arms up overhead and then reach your hands towards your foot. You can have your hands walking along the floor toward your foot. You can have your right hand supporting you so you don't roll off to one side. If you have a strap, you can place the strap around your foot and hold onto the strap. Continue to breathe deeply through your nose. Relax your jaw, relax your face. Release from your fold. Now from here, we're going to take the right leg off to an angle. You can keep your left leg again in half hero, or you can bring your left foot to your right inner thigh. At any point, you can make that transition. If you can still hold half hero and it's not any discomfort, hold it there, and then take your right hand to your left knee and reach your left arm up and over toward your right toes. If you don't reach your toes, that's fine. You can rest your weight onto your forearm and just keep extending through your fingertips. Keep your shoulder in line with your hip. Release from the side bend. Now we're going to release that left foot if you haven't already. So come into seated straddle splits. So you're going to extend, that feels really good. Extend your left leg straight. Bring your legs as wide as you can, and then point your toes up toward the ceiling. Engage your quadriceps, the tops of your legs. So you're really active here through your legs. Keep your head over your shoulders and your shoulders over your hips. Sitting here with your hands supporting you behind your hips if you'd like to stay upright. If you want to take it a little more into your inner thighs, you can start to walk your hands forward. As you come forward, avoid letting your toes fall forward, as this is not very good for your knees. So keep your toes up, your legs active, and then walk your hands forward. Keep your spine long. And just come into the stretch slowly, letting your body open up and release. Your hands back. Now we're going to take the right leg and come into half hero on the right side. So bend your leg, come onto your shin. Keep your left leg extended to the left. Then we're going to take it into a twist. So you're going to bring your left hand to your right knee, and your right arm is going to come up and over, reaching for your left toes. If you can't reach your toes, rest your weight on your forearm, and then reach your right arm up and across. Release from your side bend. Bring your inner thighs together to touch, and we'll take half hero forward fold. Release that right leg at any time. Ground your sitting bones onto the floor. Reach your arms up overhead, and walk your hands forward. Your hands back. Now bring your left foot to your right hip crease for half hero, half lotus twist. If that's not available to you, bring your left foot to your right thigh. Stack your shoulders over your hips and then twist from the base of your spine. Look out over your left shoulder. You can take your right hand to your left knee. Left hand can be propped here on the floor behind your hip, or you can reach it towards your right toes for the bind. Release from your twist. Bring both legs straight out in front of you for Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So just rock your sitting bones back and forth on the floor so you feel them make contact. Extend your legs long and once again engage the tops of your legs. Take your shoulders over your hips. You can stay here with your hands behind you so you can have a nice upright spine. This feels like a nice stretch here. Or you can reach your arms up overhead and hinge forward, reaching your forehead towards your toes. Breathe deeply. Release from your fold. Take the soles of your feet together for Baddha Konasana, seated butterfly pose. Bring your hands around your ankles. Bring your elbows towards your knees and start to hinge forward. Continue to extend the crown of your head straight out in front of you and then draw your shoulders away from your ears. And then option here to release your ankles and then just sort of fall forward, releasing your shoulders, releasing your head. Release from your fold, and then we'll take one more seated twist. We'll take half Lord of the Fishes, opportunity for another bind. So bring your left knee straight out in front of you and then take your right foot up and over your left knee. Plant your foot on the floor so your right knee points up. Shoulders over your hips, so you're twisting again from the base of your spine. So twist nice and slowly, looking out over your right shoulder. Now you have a couple of options. You can take your arm up and hook your elbow to the outside of your knee, palm faces out. You can take your hand towards your left knee, or you can take your hand underneath your left thigh and clasp your hands. Keep upright. And release from your bind. Switch sides, bring your right leg, your right knee straight out in front of you. Left foot up and over your right knee. Twist, looking out over your left shoulder. You can bring your elbow to the outside of your knee, palm face out, your hand, right hand to your right knee, or take the clasp, Sliding your right arm underneath your left thigh, reaching around with your left hand. Release your hands. Release your twist. Take both feet out in front of you onto your mat, knees point up, and make your way down onto your back. Take your feet to mat distance apart. Take your arms to goalpost and just windshield wiper your legs back and forth. Just releasing your hip flexors here, massaging out your low back. One more time to the left, come back through center. Take your knees loosely into your chest. Hold on to your knees with your hands and then draw circles in one direction. Draw circles in the other direction. Separate your knees and feet, rock side to side, happy baby pose. Bring your knees into center. Release your legs long on your mat. Let your feet fall open, arms rest alongside your body. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it go through your mouth. Start to breathe softly and naturally here. Bring all of your awareness to your toes, your feet, your ankles, and your calves. And relax your toes, your feet, your ankles, and your calves. Bring all of your awareness to your thighs, to your hips, to your low back. Relax your thighs, your hips, and your low back. Bring all of your awareness to your belly. Soften your belly as you soften your breath. Bring all of your awareness to your ribs, your chest, your shoulders. Soften your ribs, soften your chest, soften your shoulders. Bring all of your attention to your fingers, your wrists, your arms. And just melt your fingers and your wrists and your arms down into the earth. Notice your throat, the back of your neck, and your jaw. Soften your throat, the back of your neck, and your jaw. Take your attention to your forehead, your ears, and the back of your head. And feel your forehead and your ears and the back of your head melting and releasing down towards your mat. Bring all of your awareness to the crown of your head, the very top of your head. Soften, release any tension at the top of your head. Notice your whole entire body. Feel the weight of your entire body melting down into the floor. Feel the floor, the ground, your mat, supporting the weight of your body, holding the weight of your body. Stay and rest in your shavasana for at least 5 minutes if you have time. If you have more than 5 minutes, stay longer. As you go forward in your day, may you have peace in your thoughts, your words, and your heart. Namaste.